Hello, tennis coaches. This is a quick run through on the new bracket and seating system that I put together for MCPS. My hope is that you guys have access to this folder that I've shared with Kathy Green and Robin and Jeff. Hopefully it's shared with the sport director. There's a couple different ways to do this. What I've gotten the most feedback on, what's most likely to happen is that you guys are just going to use this all in one sheet. So my suggestion is every year when you guys are getting ready to go into the seating tournament and start to seed all the players, collect rosters and all that stuff, whoever the sport director is would just come in here and make a copy of this. It's going to pop up in the folder here. Hopefully at some point we'll get a copy of all in one. There it is. I would go ahead and just rename that right away to something like the name of the season or the years of the season. Let's say 21, 22, maybe even 21, 22 all. So when you have that set up, you're going to go ahead and open that up. And I would share that with all the coaches ahead of time. I would give them editing access. If you're not sure how to do that, there's a button right up here on the right. And you'll just have to add their emails. And you do want to make them editors. You can see there's a couple of people who are already editors here, but you want to give all of the coaches, head coaches, editing access. Make your life easier. If you want to collect the rosters yourself and then enter them in yourself, you can do that. But my suggestion would be just give everybody editing access. They're not going to do anything here on the brackets, and you can see the brackets are blank so far. Where they're going to do is they're going to go all the way past the brackets. You've got bracket tabs down here at the bottom for boys 1 singles, boys 2 singles, boys 1 doubles, boys 2 doubles, girls. And then we have mixed doubles bracket as well, where you're going to do all your seating stuff. And these tabs at the end will only really need to be used once during the seating process. Once you're done with the seating process, you'll just use those bracket tabs and that's it. So yes, you got to scroll a little bit to get to the seating stuff, but you really only need this for seating. So once you get past the brackets, there's these player lists and seeds for boys 1 singles, boys 2 singles, all the way down to girls and mixed doubles. So on these pages, you're going to ask the coaches to come in and enter their specific information in. So the BCC coach would enter their player, their season record at boys 1 singles in division, overall, win, loss, and any other comments. This is what I was told was collected as seating information for you guys. So I have one of these kind of set up with some names filled in. And even though I just put in a generic player 1, player 2, I didn't fill out everything. I put in the win, loss record. Even though this stuff is here, if you look at the boys 1 singles bracket, you still don't have any names or anything showing up here on the bracket. So once everything is entered, I'm not sure if you guys have a seeding meeting or if the sport director just selects your seeds, but you would have whoever's doing the seeding or have this open during the seeding process. When you decide, okay, maybe this person from Damascus, they're 7-0, we're going to assign them the 1 seed. There's directions over here that say the sport director will assign the 1 through 8 seeds in the assigned seed column. So I'm told you guys seed like the top 8. So once I start typing these seeds in here, you'll start to see the information from this sheet get kicked over here. Here's player 6 from Damascus, who's 7-0 in the 2 slot, or in the 1 slot. And here's player 7 from my assigned 8-1 in the 2 slot. So you'll keep going through during that seeding process. Again, this is being done in player list in the assigned seed column, and you'll go through and seed 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. So once you seed the top 8, I'm told the top 8 are seeded, and then everything else is a random seed after that to randomly seed the rest of the players. And if you look at the bracket right now, you should only see those top 8 seeds popping up in the bracket there. To get the random seeds in here, we're going to go back to the player list, and we're just going to put R's in all of the remaining spot. R for random, just capital R. We're just going to enter this in for everybody else. And my hope is that, or I'm told that you guys usually don't have totally full divisions or classifications. So you're going to mark all those people. Yes, we want them in the bracket. We don't want to pull in information for schools or rosters that aren't in the black bracket. So we want to identify these are the people who we need to randomize. And then you can kind of review their randomization here. Again, the top 8 will be seeded based on those 1 through 8. Everybody else is just being seeded randomly. So to lock this in, again, if you don't lock this in, anytime you make changes in the sheet, it's going to redo the randomization. So once you've just given this a review and make sure that everyone is seated correctly, you're just going to type a done into this red cell. Once that's done, you should have your entire bracket seated out here. Obviously, we don't have 32 schools, so not every single line is full, but this should fill in. And then from here, you should be able to select your options of who's winning, who's advancing, just from the bracket until you get all the way to the end. If you want a copy of this, if it needs to get posted, you can do a file and print. I do recommend leaving it on landscape. Set this to either fit to page or fit to height. Should put it on one page, and then you can either print it to a PDF, print it out on a printer, or whatever you like. So that's your quick run through on the seating sheet and how all that should work. Let me know if you guys have any questions. My name is Kevin O'Neill, if I didn't say that at the beginning. Let me know if you have any questions or problems using it. I hope it helps you guys.